Hello everyone and welcome to the new market weather bulletin. Today is Monday 17th of November, so time to check the Bitcoin chart, see what's going on and try to develop some plan for the week. I had a very good trading week last week, so really I will try not to force myself this week, but will anyhow be very present in the market, check what's going on, but we'll try as much as possible to trade only the setup that are really convincing me. So if you want to trade with me, remember that this video is sponsored by Blofin, that is a super cool exchange, non KYC. You can find the referral link in the description below to enjoy a 20% discount and to be eligible to join all the campaign that we run with the team. Also, before moving to the chart, as always, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment and a like, and have those notifications on. So without further ado, let's check the Bitcoin chart. That has not really been very nice lately, especially for people that were positioned long. So as always, starting with the high time frame chart, this is the daily. So the uptrend is arguably intact on the weekly and most probably broken somewhere here in the daily or 3-day. What I mean is that weekly probably looking something like this, where is intact until 75, 76k, if this should be the structure that we are trading. But for me, once we broke the 98k, that was this low here, we started to be in trouble. Here we can be a bit dogmatic and very technical about this, but basically what I'm referring specifically here is the fact that somehow this high here was violated here, again being super technical. So if this high was violated here, the following low should be this one, consider, because then we had another high here. So more or less, once we broke this, we can say daily today market structure break was broken. So we do have a trouble on the high time frame market structure, that all the lower time frame are completely bearish already, starting from here probably. So daily, 12 hours, 4 hours, 1 hour, all the structure here are bearish. Also we broke high time frame structure. Also, as you can see here, I wanted to show you more or less the weakness since this moment here we started to trade and to find acceptance below the 50 level on the RSI, and I think there is not much else to add. Structure wise, it doesn't look super nice. Also we do have, and I'm warning about this since a few days and week, we did have a very strong bearish deviation back in this range. Again, without being too much technical, we did have here a consolidation phase going sideways. There was a bullish deviation below this range. Thanks to this bullish deviation, we managed to break this range to the above. Unfortunately, this consolidation that we had from July until November ended up being a bearish deviation, and now the price is back inside this macro range here. So why this is something that I gave to a lot of weight, basically because this is the first time that we have a bearish deviation or a deviation on the top of a range and not on the bottom of a range since the beginning of the bull run, whatever you want to call it, back in January, February 2023. So if you see all this deviation here now, can be more or less technical about these ranges, where basically except probably here a little exception, were below the range. So were all bullish deviation below and gave us an expansion to the above. When this sort of price action happen, at least for me that I use ranges, accumulation, distribution, dynamics in the market, this imply a very strong distributive phase in the market. So instead of having a cumulative phase where price is accumulated to push higher, in this case, what I see at least per now is a distribution where a lot of taking profit is taking place, a lot of short opening is taking place, and then the price, after this manipulation that to me it looks like a distribution, is starting to downtrend for a long time. All this view, as always, is not eternal, it's something that would change, but it would change only if this range is broken to the above. So as long as Bitcoin is below 110, from at least using my system, using my style, that is not perfect, is not unique, is not magical, but at least this is giving me a big warning sign for a potential distribution on high time frame. So market structure not looking great, ranges not looking great at all on high time frame. So let's say the bias is potentially bearish. Of course, always also in a bearish downtrend or with a bearish bias, we can look for long. For sure, in my approach, starting with all the explanation I gave about the bias, is always to look for short in a downtrend, but where in the higher lows, lower highs. Okay, so this is the ideal part of a trader. If it's a downtrend, what you favor? Shorts, but you don't short the lows, you short the highs. So at this moment we are not. So I shorted here, I shorted here. So these are not a moment where you short because we are trading somewhere here. While the other ideal approach of a trader is to long an uptrend, but where you long, you don't long the highs, you don't long these, you long the lows, ideally in a uptrend. You can also long the lows in a downtrend, but you know that you are counter trading on a well-established trend. So it has a different approach than long in an uptrend, but it's still possible. What you have to do, you have to take profit aggressively, protect your stop, because you are going against the trend. So if you long a downtrend, you don't expect from here to go straight there, but you will take a lot of profit somewhere here because you know you are fighting a well-established trend. So this is really ABC of trading. You short highs and you long lows as much as possible. Also, we do have ranges, and the reason is always the same. We short resistance and we long support. What happens usually at resistance? We have highs. What happens at support? We usually have lows. So in this case, it's difficult to justify, at least from a high time frame view, opening short here because we are forming a low. Always we try to short the highs. So here, or potentially if we get a bounce. So this probably to explain why the video will go in a certain direction, despite the fact that I've started the video saying that range-wise and trend-wise is not looking good for bulls or for positioning. So what is the problem here to make it super simple? That we are not getting any sort of sign of life, of buyer's interest, because whatever you want to look at, Bitcoin is unable to break any sort of structure. I'm not really using diagonal line, but you can see in this little downtrend, we are not able to break the downtrend. On the 4 hour, we are clearly still making higher lows, lower highs, sorry, I always make mistake, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and we are still unable to properly break any sort of structure on the 4 hour. So this is so far looking pretty bad. It might start to look a little bit more interesting if at least we start to make some rounded bottom. So what does it mean? Rounded bottom means that at least we stop to make further lows. If we continue to have this mechanical selling, let's say buying, it's really a dangerous endeavor. Even if we fail to make fresh high, so to push higher, at least we want to see some sort of rounded bottom. There are several dynamics of price reversal. I usually only use market structure, so we do have a downtrend that is going like this, and somehow we have to break the structure, confirm the break of structure, and move higher. What does it mean? Series of lower highs. The highs are broken, fresh higher highs, where is confirmed, where we try to enter. So higher highs followed by higher lows, and then there is a complete price reversal. This can happen immediately like this, and still you would say I see a rounded bottom, but the rounded bottom is when there is the inability to break immediately structure, but at least we started to do something like this. So it's more a prolonged rounded bottom. But again, not here to make a prediction, just saying that this is look pretty bad. It might continue right now that I'm recording, print a further lower low, and it would just confirm what we know is happening since days, that is a very clear downtrend, but the alternative that I'm not sure if I am able to trade it would be to start to form some prolonged rounded bottom like this, that then will move the price higher. So in these specific circumstances, I don't have trade. So this is a very straightforward approach to the market for me. I cannot short lows because it's already a low, and I'm not interested, at least in this time frame, to short lows, and I don't have any reason or justification to open a long, because the trend is still negative, going down on all the relevant time frame we have checked until now, and we are not able to break any sort of structure here. Even in a downtrend, when you break structure like we had here, is a failure. Even when we break sort of structure here, is a failure. So the market is not even able to give us any sort of proper reversal. So for me, still not a trading zone trading wise. If we further zoom in, we can see the range that was established over the weekend. I think this was Friday. More or less a pretty clean range. If you want to be a little more generous here, you make the low here. There was a pretty decent 3 drives here with a bullish divergency, but price never really broke structure in my way of checking it. So technically, because this is something I posted earlier today in X, this technically there was, you see the market structure break, but they looks really like sweep. So there was a rejection. So in an uptrend, so if the price was coming something like this, to this range, I would be more aggressive and I would be interested on this breaking structure, longing and moving up, because it's a continuation range that is more typical. Let's say continuation means price was going up, he consolidated for a while, he did his business and continued to do what he was doing before entering. In this case, we are looking, if we are looking for longs, for a reversal range, because the price is coming down, started to range, and then if we long, we expect a moving higher. In this case, at least for me, with the current market, I need a clear, very clear bullish structure break. This is really a personal approach. Perhaps from here, still with this sort of market structure break, we go to 300k. I don't care, but in this case, I really want to be cautious. As I pointed out today on X, a very good way to monitor this is using the linear chart that we have here in TradingView, and here you can see the linear chart is simply a chart that is just considering the body of the candle and not the wick, and you can clearly see that this level was never really broken, this higher. Also, a further way that you can monitor to see any sort of strength is that you take the last market structure break and you see if at least the 0.75 level is violated, and is not. So it's still a bearish retest of this bearish move. So the FIB is taking into account this level here. We retraced and potentially we continue to do this, at least from what I see right now. Once again, now I'm recording at 4:23 Central European Time. Maybe I'm wrong, and from here we fly higher. But I don't have, per my system, per my style, per the feeling I have, nothing that show me that this level are properly broken, and this downtrend is showing some sign of reversal. For sure, I'm glad to see that at least this support here, this range low of this level is trying to hold, but not really interested on trading it. So on this time frame, at this moment, this high has been clearly formed here. So if we break this high, again, I would develop some interest because we might start to see some reversal. What is very important at this stage, range-wise, is that this range for any bullish continuation is resolved to the upside, because whenever we start to go sideways in whatever trend, you will see that most of the ranges in a downtrend break to the downside. So whenever you start to see something that change, it should get your attention. As you can see, range broken down, range broken down. So if this range start to break to the above, is something significant. So it's something that is the first time is happening, so you have to give it some weight. As you can see, since we start from 125, all the sideways price action started to go down. So whenever I will start, I'm not saying that will happen, I will start to see ranges breaking to the above, to me is an important change in market behavior, in market character. But as long as this range break to the above, I think the message that the market is sending us, it's super clear, is downtrending. All these range are distribution, redistribution, redistribution. We don't know. What would be a strong sign of a potential distribution? Something like this. So famous deviation on the top. So if this range is broken to the above, and this would be a potential short scenario, first trade that would be interested, if we try to break above this range, but we are unable to find acceptance above the range, and then we started to break down below. This would be a trade I would be interested, simply because we are downtrending, and it would be a continuation of the same dynamics we had here, we had here, and we had here. Simply, ranges are deviated to the top, then price go down, and we are still riding the trend. So this would be, let's say, an easy short, would not need too many confirmation. The deviation would be already a very good sign. First, on this lower time frame. The second, as I say, some sort of market structure break, retest, and looking for NJ at the beginning as a move. But now the breaking structure should be, as I said, as we are downtrending, super very clear. These are the two scenario that I would look on low time frame. So this we are speaking about today or tomorrow, because this is the 1 hour. Not sure we will range here for many days. Or I hope at least we will not range here for many days. So you know my view on the ranges, you know my approach. As is a downtrend, very interested to see what this range is doing, but is a downtrend. So also in a range favoring a little bit short comparing to long because it's an established downtrend. Or at least whenever you decide to go long, be aware of your bias on a time frame that is bearish, let's say, until proven otherwise. So whenever you want to open a long, you need to have further confirmation rather than when you go short. Whatever I see is very different approach that people wait really very little to go long because they believe that the price is down 30k, so it must reverse. Price doesn't need or must to do anything. This is a downtrend, so it's a downtrend until it's not. So do not try to psychologically anticipate something because the market need to do something. Market doesn't need to do anything. Market almost didn't pull back for 2 years, and it go up very strongly. It can go down also very strongly. This is not something I hope it will happen. I'm not cheering for bulls or for bears. I don't care. It's just that objectively we are in a downtrend. So longing a downtrend, it's a super dangerous and a super difficult job to be done. It's possible to be done, but whenever you want to do it, at least try to do it with some further trigger, some further confluence. So this is the view on low time frame. Whatever you would like to take any trade, remember to do it with me in Bluefin. Bluefin is a super cool exchange, is non-KYC, so you don't need to share any personal information to join. You just need an email address and you are ready to start to trade. It has a lot of liquidity. The interface is super cool, practically the same as Bybit. It has a lot of volume backing it, and if you join with the referral link that you will find in the description down below, you will enjoy a 20% discount lifetime on all the fees you have while trading, and also you will join all the cool campaign we ran with the team. We are still running this campaign for another 2-3 days, a couple of days, where you can get a 30 days of VIP1 status. You can get bonus reward for deposit and for trading volume. Make sure to read the rules here down below, but both of these and the VIP status will give you a lot of cool benefit and boosting your trading experience. So do not wait further, just go in the referral link in the description down below and start to trade with me on Bluefin. High time frame, we need to be, so low time frame, I explained you that little range on the 1 hour or 30 minutes time frame, how is potentially tradable. High time frame, I think that we, to be a little bit more precise, we start to use the fixed range volume profile, or you can use the visible and select more or less this ranging environment, and you can clearly see that this is a very well established range that was deviated properly here, deviated several times on the top, and now we are trading back below. So as in every range, best place to go long is potentially at range low or value area low, that is exactly at 88k. We can also draw the Fibonacci of all this move, and we see that more or less these start to be to have confluence with the 0.75, 0.78, whatever you like to use, down at range low. So swing wise, this is starting to look like an interesting area. We can check like the 3 days to get some proper demand, so, or the weekly, let's say, no, 3 days. So you can see that here we have a strong 3-day demand. So as you can see, this is the last red candles before the move down, sorry, mistake. This is the moment it started to reverse. So this is a very strong demand. Why? Because it's the demand that created the move up. As you can see, uptrend, down, uptrend, price move down. This is the rust red candle where market makers, whatever, loaded to create this move higher. So this level now more or less is confluent with range low and 0.75. So if that little range we have discussed on the 1 hour is not starting to produce anything interesting on low time frame, I don't see many reason to trade here in the middle. Why? If we go in lower time frame, if we look at here, there was this list of consolidation here. That is where we are trading right now. So either we hold on this consolidation, or what is the problem here? There is a no resistance or no support zone. As you can see, price move in this area very strongly, very quickly. So there is no established support. If we lose this 92, I don't see reason, at least for my system, to do any business here in what is technically called a fair value gap. You can see also this shown clearly on this empty space here in the volume. Probably you can see better on the visible volume range profile. As you can see, there is a big gap here, empty, and where it's starting to, you see the confluence of the level, we start to have again some past market proper market participation just down here at 84, 85. So again, not interested to do much business here. If we've started to form some range and the price start to do something like this, could be interesting to do something, but blindly no, because again is a no resistance zone. You can visualize it in several ways. Again, fair value gap, or with the volume profile. You can see that there is no volume, no interaction in the area on the past. So you see, different style will always give you very similar result. So should this level be visited? From a range perspective, would be very interesting. Also, as we were saying at the very beginning, weekly, that would be again the area where the weekly structure need to be saved, more or less at that level. Not planning to put any blind bid there, at least for the moment. I'll see how it develops. So as I was saying at the beginning, I had a very good trading week last week. So this week I'm gonna take it easy and just take trades that really are giving me a lot of confluence, a lot of triggers. As I explained, low time frame, I'm monitoring this low time frame range we are forming here and see what happens. If we keep losing and going down, not much to say, the downtrend will continue to downtrend. If there is sign for a long, I'll try, but cautiously, because it's a counter trend trade. If there is a bearish deviation on this little range, as I explained, similar to this price action, again, interested for the short. Swing trade, since we are in the middle of the range in the point of control, really not interested, because the downtrend is clear and we are back in a range. Best place to do swing business in a range is value area low and value area high. So more interested on this level down here. Just be aware of the big fair value gap or the absence of interaction on the volume profile. So the real interest would be down 87 to 85k. I think it will be a long week, so I'll try to update as much as possible. But again, we'll try really to execute only on proper level and with proper market condition. I think is everything for today. Hope the video was clear enough. If you have any doubt, as always, drop me a comment here in the video below, or on X, wherever you prefer. And if you enjoy this content, remember to drop a like and a comment. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and make sure to trade with me on Bluefin using the referral link in the description below. As always, I hope you enjoy the video. Take care. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.